Hey everyone, since I've shown you my strat for running Destroyer in Aegis, let's talk a little about something different. Normally, I am running a strat for objectives, which I am doing in this replay. But what if, say, you wanted to farm damage?
Attention! This is Task Force Commander. Our transport ships have been captured. Attack the enemy and retrieve the transport ships.
As there was a forum post earlier, someone had asked,
Roger. Searching for an enemy convoy.
since you're such an advocate for destroyers and operations, surely your best damage games are in destroyers, right? Well, not necessarily. But let's talk about
Stand by for action. Enemy approaching from the west.
how to farm some damage.
Enemy detected. Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
In Aegis,
That's the enemy vanguard. Destroy them.
man, so much chatter. In Aegis, I would start exactly the same way, and I got pretty lucky in the first two waves in this game. Same procedure, front of the smoke. And here, I shot torpedoes at this battleship that no one tried to target. And I got some decent damage on the cruisers, even if I only got one Citadel hit.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard. Enemy ships detected in the northwest.
So you could say I got pretty lucky there, with no one really taking damage I was aiming at. And here you can see everyone else is heading east, so there's no one really to take damage from me here on the second wave as well. And here I will get plenty of citadels.
Transport ships detected. Looks getting close to escorting ships.
And one thing about firing the torps there, since you're a destroyer, the bots don't really try to dodge your torpedoes, unlike an aircraft carrier. And if you don't have any enemies to here, all the ships, enemy bots who can spot the torpedoes are already past. So there's no one to spot the torpedoes for the battleship. Which means significant damage here on the second wave as well.
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Now let's pause here. I'm doing my normal strat going north for the battleships. But if you were to farm damage, what would you do instead? So if I was trying to farm damage, rather than going north, I would probably head in this direction. And you can see my smoke is ready, being a Pan-Asian with the Fushun. And what I would probably do is head over here to the center of the convoy escorts. This Furutaka, the lead ship, will probably be sunk, and instead of firing torpedoes where I did, I would head to the center here, fire torpedoes at number 1, I would smoke up, and shoot at number 2 and 4, and that way, instead of doing the normal north push for the battleships, where you only get to farm number 1 as you leave number 3 alive, you can attempt to farm more damage. But even so, even with just number 1, I'm at nearly 190,000 damage. If I had gone into the center, I might have been over 200 already. Well, let's pause it again. So what would you do after heading into the center of the convoy? Being in the center of convoy, you need to also remind yourself you don't want to accidentally spawn the extra battleships by heading over here. You would head more in this direction. So instead of ending up here where you're extremely far away from the eastern group, you would more put yourself here and be closer, and once one of the battleships is killed, you can head to the eastern group to farm.
Engine boost deactivated. Attention, clarifying the order. Order the retreat of our transport ships.
So if you think about it, right, you're now over here, and once you kill one of the battleships, you would head out east to try and maximize damage farm on the eastern group, rather being stuck out here on the west side, being so far away from the damage farm potential. So you think about it, if you had gone here, you would be more in line along this area. You should have easy shots on the eastern group now, rather than struggling to get into the area to do some damage farm. So you see here, I'm trying to catch up and do some damage farm before the transports exit. Now if I had gone more east initially, I could be closer here, I could smoke up, and I could do some major damage farm, maybe even some citadel shots on cruisers. And with transports about to exit, the game's basically done. But you can see how it could have gone out differently if you were actually trying to damage farm rather than play for the objective. And while this game is not a shabby amount by any means, about 258,000, if your goal was to damage farm, you could probably have broken 300,000 in this game. Just some food for thought. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again.